All right. I'd like to say devil's in the details. Glenn Shiblina's up next. Glenn will have a maximum of 10 minutes to speak because he's representing different groups. But in workshop, that's all you get is up to a maximum of 10 minutes.
Right.
Thank you. For the record, Glenn Shiblina, citizen and taxpayer. So let's look at the history. First of all, AARP, 38 million members, endorsed accessory dwelling units across the country. From every demographic area in our country, they are mostly allowed. Let's look at the city of Bradenton. City of Bradenton, spiders, their streets, interlaces with the county for miles. They've had accessory dwelling units on their books for over 10 years. Not one complaint. How do I know? I'm on the Affordable Housing Board for the city of Bradenton, as well as this county. So I do know they have not had any complaints. If there was an accessory dwelling unit across the street from a county-owned property and they wanted to complain, we would have heard about it by now. So this fear of everybody's going to go throw one in the backyard is never going to materialize. Again, let's look at the history. 10 years, 70 permits. That's 7 a year. You guys approved more houses in one day than they put for all year. And again, most gated communities have in their bylaws no accessory dwelling units. I think that's a big mistake. I would encourage all new development to have that as an option when they're selling new houses. I think it's a great selling point. Yeah, we've got a 3,500 square foot house, and guess what? A 750 guest house. So when you get too old to live here, you can go live in the backyard. So, those are the reality. Those are the facts of it. As far as the 500 feet, and you want to include porches, the city of Bradenton is at 650 square feet, conditioned space, and you have to match the existing structure. So if that neighborhood has a porch on it, that little accessory dwelling unit has to have a porch on it as well. It complements the area instead of an eyesore. And as it stands right now, 750 feet would give you a one bedroom. Let's look at where our economy is going. More and more folks are working from home. They would love to have a one bedroom and an office. You can't do that. Bill showed some 493 square feet. They were all one bedrooms. They were very nice, but you couldn't have your home office out of there. So I don't think 750 square feet is unrealistic. And as Bill has pointed out, they did a great presentation, and as Mr. Barnett pointed out, they're restricted by the setbacks. So there are going to be very few places that full 750 square feet is going to be allowed. So I think the big hype on the size can be eliminated and restricted by the setbacks. I want to address Misty's parking for Pride Park. Pride Park is a lot of them are investors, okay? So sure, they don't care about the parking, who they rent to. The big caveat on this is owner occupied. Mm-hmm. Let me say that again. Owner occupied. I vet my renters. I want to know who's going to be living on my property. If that family's there and have kids, you don't think they're going to do an extensive background check of who they're going to work, who they're going to live on their property? You bet they are. So the investment pool, take that right off the table, because they're not going to be allowed to build accessory dwelling units. Owner occupied. And the parking, Misty, and Bill, you can help me out on that, but I think we discussed that. When you pull a permit for an accessory dwelling unit, you have to say on the permit where that vehicle's going to park. So if you've got a 2-car garage and you say that parking for that accessory dwelling unit is going to be in front of the garage, that's his designated space. So if the landlord comes up or the owner of the property says, oh, this is too much of a hassle, park on the street. No, you got a building permit predicated on that designated parking spot. So, you know, that guy could say, look, then go back to the county. We should not give you that permit because you said he could park there and now he can't. And the other provision we talked about, if the owner does force it, he's got some recourse. He parks on the street, tow the car. I think we talked about that as well. The 750, anybody right now can build a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, room addition, 750 square feet. You can be attached to the house. A lot of accessory dwelling units are attached to the house. And you'd be hard pressed to look at that house because you have to match the cladding, you got to match the roof line. The only difference from that 750 room addition that is legally right now is an exterior door. An exterior door to walk into that unit. So this hoopla that, it's going to be unsightly, they can do it now. Just like they can build guest house in 950 square feet, way too big as far as I'm concerned. Year-round rental, I mean, that's part of it. You can put in there, this is for yearly rentals. And again, it goes back to the homeowner. And the homeowner is going to dictate who's going to live there. You think the homeowner wants an Airbnb with different people walking the back of his property and going in and out every other week? Absolutely not. Now, if you're a greedy investor and you don't care, go do it. That's where the line in the sand is drawn. You have to remember, owner occupied. That is a huge difference in allowing the accessory dwelling units, either for loved ones or to supplement some income. I'm not going to take the full 10 minutes, but I will tell you that the porches and the stairwells and all that as part of the 750 or even the 500 does not make for a very good comp plan. I think it should be conditioned space. I just want to read a little excerpt here from an architect that sent you the email. I pulled it off. The restrictions seem too restrictive to be able to do a useful ADU that can be used as an ADU. That you can have a porch or balconies that add to the overall design value of the project and create value to the owner and neighborhood. Keeping that limit on there seems to create where you can only do a studio with no porches, no balconies, and makes it hard for anyone to want to build something like that and to be proud of. So I think it should be conditioned space, 750 square feet. There's going to be a lot of people that will be working from home that need that extra den or office space. So I appreciate your time. I really appreciate the 10 minutes. You know, there are some problems, you know. Whitfield, Ballahide, they have an overlay. The Bayshore Gardens, I know a lot of people that live there. A lot of it is the coastal high hazard. So we'll see what they're saying. I'd like to hear what the board from Bayshore Gardens has to say. I understand that a couple of weeks ago, 75% of the board resigned, so I don't think they can even have a quorum at this time. But I think individually, this needs to be an owner decision whether he's going to do it or not. And the owners will be very, very restrictive of who they rent to. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So we're moving in the right direction, thank God. This was just a workshop. No votes were taken. They'll come back with an addendum, and it will be open to public comment again. We're looking probably in a month or two, and then a final draft in November, and the board will vote on it in December. So we're still 6 months off from being able to build an ADU. Anyways, Glenn Gibolina, you're a community activist, and it was a good day. So peace and love, my Facebook brothers and sisters.